Welcome to another edition of Round Porch Hobbies. In this lesson and series, we're going to be building boss buttons. But first, we need to look a little closer at the LED circuit. So last time we got this little blinky guy going using the built-in LED or the LED built-in pin. And we're blinking that on and off. And then in this video, we're going to look a little closer at the circuit itself and do a external LED. So this is the circuit here. We have pins, a ground pin, and also we're using pin 32, which is on the breadboard it will be 13, but it's GPIO 32 on the USB 32. And we're using this ground pin on the left. That's going to go up to an LED and through a 220 ohm resistor back to the ground. I'll leave a link in the description for there's a good site that shows how the breadboard is laid out and what pins are connected together and which ones aren't. So we're going to go ahead and look at the sketch. And we're going to switch this. This is just going to be a quick edit from the LED built into our pin. And go ahead and compile it. And now it's connecting, so I'm going to do the little pin push. So there you have it. We have a blinky. Now, if we wanted to get fancy, we could blink both LEDs. So let's just copy these. So the built-in LED on the ESP32 is pin 2. So I'm just going to copy all this and set the pin to output mode. I'm going to alternate pin 2 and pin 32. So the digital write here is we're going high or low, which is essentially going low, 0 volts out on the pin. High is, in this case, 3.3 volts for the ESP32. And let's compile that. Push the button here. Back and forth action on the LEDs. So the next sketch you want to look at is the fade. Now, did I mention the resistor on here? Why we have a 220 ohm resistor? That's just to reduce the current so the LED doesn't pull too much current through that pin. If you were to wire this up without one, it could burn out a pin, but yeah, that's about the worst that could happen, I guess. We're going to open up the example basic fade. And we're going to change our LED pin to 32 instead of 9. And this does something similar, except it uses analogWrite instead of digital. So digital, you think of on and off. Analog, we have 255 steps of resolution between 0 volts at 0 and 3.3 volts at 255. So I'm going to just compile this and upload, but it's going to error because we have the analog write function is not available by default. So we have to go to this URL here, which I'll also link, and we need to download it as a zip file, which I think I've already done. Let's see. No, it's not in there. And then under Sketch, include library, add zip, go to downloads, select it, and mine says it already exists because I've installed it, but after that you go to Sketch, include library, and the ESP32 analogWrite. That puts the include statement here to include that library. Now we should be able to compile and upload. You have a sip of beer. George Killian's Irish Red, while that compiles. Okay, give you a button. And now we have a little fade action. So you can use that to kind of play with your LEDs. I think that's about it for this video. The next video we're going to look at doing a button itself. And also I'll show a little prototype of the Boss Buttons box, the first round. That's kind of what we're shooting for, is use a button to control something. Yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time.